Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special edition of Strictly Sports. My name is Michael Fletcher alongside Anthony Florio. And, guys, tonight is a night that we announced a few days ago after the shocking announcement that happened on Sunday. And tonight we were gonna honor not just this event, but this is one of the nights that I was kind of dreading, not looking forward to, but we have to do our civic duty, and this is one of those nights. On Sunday afternoon, while I was working, Anthony most likely was either at church or maybe watching the Pro Bowl, and Michael Bullock was probably out and about. Um, News had broken that a helicopter crash had happened at the in Calabasas, California. They said that 5 people had passed away and that the crash claimed everybody on board. A few hours later, we got the disheartening news that one of the victims was an icon, a legend of the game. Kobe Bryant of the Los Angeles Lakers was gone, taken from us at the age of 41 years old. A life that was taken so short. He played 20 years in the NBA, and we're going to honor him tonight. And then more news leaked out. And his 13-year-old daughter, Gianna, Gigi, affectionately known by a lot of people, Mambacita, uh, who was playing for the Mamba School Academy, which was in California that Kobe was coaching. She was on the flight and she passed away. Once we found out the news, it was devastating enough and it was more disheartening than ever before. Then on Monday, all of the people were announced. All were identified, and in all, 9 lives were taken from us. 9 lives that affected 3 players from the Mamba Academy, an assistant coach, a mother and a father, and the pilot himself. Of one of the girls that played on the team was a well-renowned and very big, huge college baseball manager that his life was taken away from us. So tonight, our thoughts and prayers are with everybody who's been affected. And in this next hour, we'll talk about the life of one of the greats. Many people consider him one of the lifebloods of the Los Angeles Lakers. We will talk about all of his accolades, the 5 NBA titles, the 3 most valuable players, the All-NBA All-Stars, that was 18 of them. Tonight, we honor Kobe Bryant. Where do we begin? But at the beginning. Kobe Bryant was one of the first guys to break kind of tradition in the NBA as he attended Lower Merion High School in Pennsylvania. At 18 years old, he decided to make the jump to the NBA, which was unheard of back in the day because not many players did jump the portal, as I like to call it, to go from high school into the NBA. One other player that did that was Moses Malone back in the early 1970s. He was actually one of the first players to do it. At that time, Kobe was a virtual unknown. Everybody said that he was a great player, but nobody really knew if he was going to be, a big a big player or a big star in the NBA. In 1996 NBA draft, Kobe was selected 13th overall by the Charlotte Hornets. Yes, Charlotte actually scooped him up first. But it was Jerry West, then the general manager of the Los Angeles Lakers, that saw the raw talent in Kobe and did a trade that night and got Kobe to become an LA Laker. Kobe was sent to the Lakers. In return, the Charlotte Hornets got Vlade Divac, I believe a second-round draft pick, and some cash considerations. From there, Kobe's career flourished, but he had some hard times starting off at the bench, but quickly worked his way up. In 1997, he won the slam dunk contest and was a fan favorite at that point, and then started his reign in 1998 in his second year to the All-Star. From there on in, he had a 18 times Kobe made it to the I guess you could call it the Midwinter Classic, the All-Star game. From there came the championships. Kobe won the title in 2000, 2001, and 2002. At that point, he was with Shaquille O'Neal and basically was one of the all-time great duos. They tried to do it again in 2004, however, lost in the NBA Finals to the Detroit Pistons, Detroit basketball. Led the scoring in 2006 and 2005, 2006, and 2006 and 2007. Plus in 2006 was the game where he scored 81 points against the Toronto Raptors. Kobe went on to win 2 more NBA titles in 2008, 2009, and the 2009-2010 season back-to-back, and Kobe was named the Finals MVP in both of those moments. Kobe went on to continue his career through 2013, suffered an Achilles injury, which pretty much almost ended his career, played 2 more seasons, and then decided to end his career in 2015-2016. But before going out, he had an incredible ending of his career by scoring 60 points against the Utah Jazz in his final game at Staples at that point. Kobe at the time was, at 34 years old, was the youngest to surpass 30,000 points, and before he ended his career, was the 3rd leading scorer in NBA history. Kobe's accolades is remarkable. 33,643, averaging 25 points per game. Kobe had 7,047 rebounds, which was about 5 per game, and was also 6,306 assists, which was about averaging almost 5 assists a game. Not bad for a guy who a lot of people thought just shot first, passed second. Of course, Kobe, 5-time NBA champion, a 2-time Finals MVP, most valuable player in 2008, 18-time All-Star games appearances, 4-time NBA All-Star most valuable player, 2002, 2007, 2009, and 2011. 11-time All NBA first team in 2004, in 2002 through 2004, 2006 through 2013, made NBA second team in 2000 and 2001, and NBA third team in 1999 and 2005. Kobe was a 9-time all defensive first teamer in 2000, 2003, 2004, 2006 through 2011. An NBA second team all defensive in 2001, 2002, and 2012. Was the NBA scoring leader in 2006 and 2007. Of course, the NBA slam dunk champion in 1997. Was the all rookie second team in 1997. Was the Naismith Prep Player of the Year in 1996, and first team Pride All American in 1996, and the only man in NBA history to have two numbers retired, his number 8 and number 24. Along with the accolades, he also won 2 gold medals, the Redeem Team in 2008 in Beijing, and also won the 2012 London Olympics, and was also a FIBA Americas champion, gold medalist in 2007. Also, before his career was over, Kobe Bryant won an Academy Award for his documentary called Dear Basketball. It was really a love letter to basketball, and this was what he did before he went on to retire his career. As many of you know, Kobe was without a doubt one of the greatest players in the history of the game. Kobe is survived by his lovely wife, Vanessa, and his 3 surviving daughters. Kobe was one of the biggest names in the history of the game. One of the biggest individuals that the world has ever seen. And what really affected us about this was that all the stories that we were hearing, all the stories that we've heard up to this point, and all the people that were affected by the passing of Kobe Bryant, was that Kobe was, without a doubt, one of the greatest players that ever played the game. Many people consider him a legend. Some people believe that the logo of the NBA should bear his name. And I don't disagree with it. Kobe revolutionized the game in so many factors because of the love that he had. The tributes that you've heard, that was from, during the Grammy Awards, from Alicia Keys, from Boyz II Men, to Lil Nas, Lizzo, Run DMC, Aerosmith, Khaled, DJ Khaled, to, the Empire State Building in the purple and gold, to Madison Square Garden, to all of the moving tributes that you've gotten from Michael Jordan, from Mark Cuban, from the UConn basketball team, that honored Gianna because of the fact that Gianna was such a big UConn Husky fan, to AC Milan, who was his favorite soccer team. From the moments of silence, that was from the Pro Bowl, to the NHL, to the guys on, to some of the guys that in the Pro Bowl, even some of the WWE during their Royal Rumble made some tributes to Kobe. Um, what Kobe meant to the sport, what Kobe meant to pop culture, I think is the best way that we can talk about him. And the one thing that really affected us and really um, took our breath is just how it affected the how it just really affected us in so many ways. Um, I think the best way to say it was I was working at that moment, and the what happened, and just I got a text from a whole bunch of people um about about what happened, and just the reaction from everybody about the crash, and it just it affected us. It affected me. I mean, I was literally in a state of shock. I couldn't believe it. And then I think it really hit home was just the mere fact of the names that came out, the names of the people who passed away. And, you know, for Capri, for Natalia, for Bianca, um, you know, this was, that was their father. You know, for Vanessa, this was her husband, a beloved husband, a guy that through thick and thin, and through the good times, and there was bad times. There was definitely bad times. Um, but she stood by him and never, wavered in her love. And it's funny because a lot of people was asking Kobe, you had you had like three daughters at the time. You were trying for a fourth, do you want a boy? Do you want the legacy? Kobe was always loving of his daughters. And as a matter of fact, Gigi or Gianna was like, hey, I'm going to be my daddy's legacy. I'm going to be the one that's going to carry on the torch. And guys, Gianna, if you've been watching the videos on YouTube of Gianna just playing basketball, she was absolutely like her father. She was gonna be an absolute, probably one of the greatest of all time. Like, she was gonna become the WNBA's Cynthia Cooper. She was gonna be the next Lisa Leslie, Diana Taurasi, Elena Delle Donne. She was that good. She was so primed and ready to become that big name. And even some of her teammates, um, and I'm trying to find a list of the names of the people. I'm sorry, guys. Uh, it was. I mean, it was unbelievable what happened, and you know, it just really affected. And you know, the other names that passed away. See if I can get it. I apologize, guys. Of course, Gianna, who was 13 years old. She was, like I said, she was gonna become the next big basketball player. like the next big player. And one thing a lot about that really, I say really affected me as well was really um the Gianna becoming the next big name, and that Kobe was embracing the women's basketball games. He was an advocate for women's basketball, NBA, and the whole 9 yards. And it was really like I was really shocked to hear because you know, you never knew about that about Kobe. Really, his career, his second career was even bigger than his playing career. He was writing books. He was, he won an award. He was teaching an AAU basketball team with some teammates. Um, Alyssa Antabelli, that was her name. Alyssa was going to be another big player. She was also survived by her mother Carrie and John Attabelli. And John Attabelli was a huge college coach. I mean, he was a longtime college coach in the Orange Coast college baseball team in Southern California. Um, he was a colleague, a mentor, a friend for 27 years. And like I said, she was going to become a big name. Christina Meiser, who was a coach of a private at a private school and was a wife and a mother. Um, she was also one who passed away, and you know the husband, Matt, you know, had 3 kids. Of course, Sarah and Peyton Chester. Sarah was also a teammate of Gianna. She was a teammate of Alyssa, and she was number 15 on the squad. She so And then of course, Ari Zabayan, who was the pilot. And the funny thing is that the pilot himself was actually also related to the Jenner family, to Kylie Jenner. She used to use his airplane company, his helicopter company, and he was actually a personal pilot for her as well, along with Kobe. So it was a horrific tragedy all the way around, and it's it's so hard and so tough. And my prayers and my thoughts are with everybody involved. And I think the one thing, and you heard and I've been hearing tributes all week. Max Kellerman from ESPN, Stephen A. Smith from ESPN, Molly Karam, Rose from First Take, Skip Bayless, and Shannon Sharp, L. Duncan. Did an, oh my God, what a tribute, what a moving tribute she gave about what a moving tribute she gave, um that was very powerful. And just her statement that she said about how she met Kobe years ago, 2 years ago. She was pregnant at the time, and with the girl of all things, and how she talked about Kobe saying, girls are the best, and saying that how he would have 5 more girls if he had the opportunity, that he was a girl dad. And just what she said, and just the words, and even the emotion, it gripped me. I know it gripped everybody. And I think that's the best way to say it, is that it was the most powerful thing. But like I said, the final thing and the most poignant one was from Vanessa herself. A lot of people, it was so powerful, her message, and um, it was, you know, it's as powerful of a statement that she made that I think it needed to be addressed. So I'm gonna try to find that statement from Vanessa, and I know, and here it is. All right, I got it, and I'm gonna try to do this without, without trying to lose it here. But here it is. It goes like this, and I quote: Um, my girls and I want to thank the millions of people who've shown support and love during this horrific time. Thank you for all the prayers. We definitely need them. We are completely devastated by the sudden loss of my adoring husband, Kobe, the amazing father to our children, and my beautiful, sweet Gianna, a loving, thoughtful, and wonderful daughter, and an amazing sister, the Natalia, Bianca, and Capri. We are also devastated for the families who lost their loved ones on Sunday, and we share in their grief immensely. There are there were no there aren't enough words to describe our pain right now. I take in knowing, I take comfort in knowing that Kobe and Gigi both knew that they were loved was so deeply loved, and we incredibly blessed to have them in our lives. I wish they were here with us forever. We were They were our beautiful blessings that was taken from us too soon. I'm not sure what our lives will hold will beyond will hold beyond today. It is impossible to imagine life without them, but we will wake up each day trying to keep pushing because Kobe and our baby girl Gigi are shining on us to light the way. Our love for them is endless, and that's to say, in immeasurable. I just wish I could hug them, kiss them, bless them, have them here with us forever. Thank you for sharing your joy, your grief, and your support with us. We ask that you grant us the respect and the privacy we will need to navigate this new reality. Then it goes on to add to honor the Mamba family. The Mamba Sports Foundation has set up the Mamba on Three Foundation to support the other families that is affected by this tragedy. There's also a link to donate, which is the Mamba the Mamba on 3.org to further Kobe's and Gianna's legacy in youth sports. Also, you can log on to mambasportsfoundation.com. Then the final thing it says here, which is the most, this I thought was the most um, devastating for me. Thank you so much for lifting us with your prayers and keeping Kobe and Gigi, uh, for loving Kobe, Gigi, Natalia, Bianca, and Capri, and me. Hashtag Mamba, hashtag Mamacita, hashtag Girls Dad, hashtag Daddy's Girls, hashtag Family with a heart. I mean, there's really nothing more to add. There's really nothing more to say. Anthony Florio, um, please, my friend, it's all yours, my friend.
Very beautifully said. MF. Very beautifully said. Um, with your permission, sir, I'd like to open my sentiments with a quick prayer, if that's okay.
Please.
Let us pray. Lord our God, you are always faithful and quick to show mercy. Our brother, Kobe, our sister, Gianna, and other brothers and sisters were suddenly taken from us. Come swiftly to their aid. Have mercy on them and comfort their family and friends by the power and protection of the cross. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen.
Since this whole thing happened, I have had a new outlook on life. A very new outlook on life. An outlook on life where my goal each and every day since this whole thing happened was to be the absolute best son, brother, uncle, friend, what have you. And I will do whatever it takes to make that happen. And I want to thank Kobe Bryant for that, because he inspired me, to be even more of a family man and even more of a better man of faith than I am right now. And I also want to give you all a quick word of encouragement before I get into my thoughts on this. I know it was not because of his health or anything, but I want to encourage all of you to get checked out. Get checked out, because you say you could be fine, yes, but you never know. There really could be something wrong with you. So I strongly suggest and encourage all of you out there, especially the men out there, get checked out. So that's my public service announcement. So, because you never know. One day you could be feeling so great, and then the next minute you could be gone. Kobe Bryant has inspired me to cherish my family, cherish my friends, hold on to them, because you never know. You never know when the Lord's going to call them home. And I want to thank Kobe for being the family man that he was. And I'm very partial to the name Gianna, because I have a 5-year-old niece named Gianna. And believe me, I will cherish her all the days of my life. And it makes me regret all the negative thoughts that I used to have towards Kobe Bryant. MF, you know about this better than anybody. MF and I, back in the day, we used to have private phone conversations, talking about pardon the interruption and all that stuff. And whenever there was a story about Kobe Bryant that really upset me or angered me, I would say things that, that were very offending. I mean, I don't want to say those things. MF knows about it, so I'm not going to rehash it. But it's just, reflecting on it now, I take it all back. I do. There is one thing I will say, though. I used to think he was the most selfish player in the game today. I really did. And I didn't like that. I really didn't. I have a big problem with selfish people that are in it for themselves and will do whatever it takes, even if it means lying and hurting other people. No. That's why. And MF, if you were ever wondering why I always said those negative things towards him, there were times where I thought he was overhyped and overrated. And this was back then, not now. This was back then. And, and I was just sick of all the attention. That's really what it was. So I just wanted to get that out of my system very quickly. But I do have some good news, though. I have not one, but two pieces of good news I would like to share with all of you right here and now. Super Bowl 54, there will be Kobe Bryant tributes. Absolutely. I just found this. The NFL will indeed honor Kobe Bryant during Super Bowl 54. Commissioner Roger Goodell says the league will honor Kobe Bryant in some form at the Super Bowl. Bryant was loved by the sports world. And, you know, the sports world has been in mourning for the past few days. That has included NBA players and teams honoring Bryant. Not only the NBA, though, the NCAA and high school sports have been joining in. Soccer players and teams have been showing their respect to. And during the Super Bowl, the NFL will get their chance to do the same, and they will do just that. Roger Goodell says the league will honor Kobe Bryant in some form at the Super Bowl, and Commissioner Goodell simply said he was a special person. Bryant was loved by the sports world, and his death was so untimely and tragic. It has left everyone shocked. It has also given people a chance to remember his incredible career and the person he was. People have been talking about the influence Bryant had on their careers or personal lives. Teams have been talking about the competitor having moments of silence and retiring his numbers. It will be interesting to see what the NFL does. A moment of silence will be the likely choice. They could do something with a video montage or his numbers 8 and 24 as well. Whatever it is, it will likely be touching. It will also probably bring a lot of people to tears, which is something the Bryant tributes have been very good at, and hopefully we've done the same here tonight. But after what MF just said, I mean, come on. But Super Bowl 54 on Sunday night between the San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs, which we will preview here on this program tomorrow night. No doubt both teams will be attacking the game with a Mamba mentality. And it was also announced that during the halftime show, both Jennifer Lopez and Shakira, you know, Jennifer Lopez and Shakira are the halftime act. They are going to be paying tribute to Kobe Bryant in the Super Bowl halftime show, and rightfully so. And Jennifer Lopez was in the middle of one of her early rehearsals for the halftime show. And Alex Rodriguez, who informed her of Kobe's tragic passing. And J-Lo said today, Alex came to me with tears in his eyes, and he was like, "You're not going to believe what happened." He was devastated. He knew Kobe very well. They kind of came up together and entered sports around the same time. Now, while Lopez said she knew Bryant more in passing than A-Rod did, she shared that the 18-time All-Star and his wife Vanessa attended the final show of her Las Vegas residency in 2018. And she and Shakira also revealed they will honor Bryant on Sunday when they co-headline the halftime show. And Shakira said, "We'll all be remembering Kobe on Sunday and celebrating life and diversity in this country." And she also said, "I'm sure he'd be very proud to see the message we are trying to convey on stage." That message is one of diversity, inner strength, as well as the power of women. In the years after his retirement from basketball in 2016, Bryant became one of the most vocal advocates for women's basketball, a bond he shared with Gianna, who wanted to play collegiately at UConn, as well as in the WNBA. And J-Lo then said, that statement alone to me is empowering. When I think of my daughter, when I think of all the little girls in the world, to be able to have that, to see that two Latinas are doing this in this country at this time, it's just very empowering for us. As for the details of their performance, which is the first since Jay-Z's Rock Nation began working with the NFL on the event, Lopez remained tight-lipped. She did, however, make it clear that the Bryant family will be on her mind, just as it has been all week. It's affecting everybody so much because it's just reminding us how fragile life is and how we have to appreciate every single moment and how we have to love people when they're here and not wait. I think about Vanessa as a mom and losing her best friend and partner and losing her child. You know how awful that must be for her right now. And I just wanted to send the message and praying God guides her through every moment because she has 3 more babies to take care of. So that's all going down on Sunday. There will be a tribute of some sort at the Super Bowl and maybe before the game, I'm thinking, and then maybe during the pregame festivities, and then of course J-Lo and Shakira will be honoring him at halftime, and rightfully so. So God bless them for that. The other bit of good news that I want to share, and I just found this a little while ago, the NBA is going to be doing something very special for the All-Star game this time around. You know how it's usually East versus West, or team some so-and-so against the other team so-and-so. Oh, no. I don't know if MF has heard about this, but I'm hoping he hasn't, because I'm hoping that this will bring some good news right here and now. In an effort to make the All-Star game more competitive, the NBA is making changes to this year's game that will include an ode to Kobe Bryant. And as soon as this loads up here, this is all right. The NBA announced today that each quarter will consist of a mini game played for charity before an untimed final quarter that will determine the winner. The second and third quarter scores will be reset to 0-0. Each team will then start the fourth quarter with a tally of its combined scoring from the first three quarters, and they will play to a target score. The target score this year will be the highest scoring team's total score through three quarters plus 24 points, a nod to Bryant's jersey number in the wake of his. So if the leading team has 100 points through three quarters, the first team to 124 points will win. And NBA president for league operations, Byron Spruill, told the AP, "We spent a lot of time considering the right target number to use for the fourth quarter. Through the events of this week, it became clear to us that the only appropriate number for this season's All-Star game is 24. The target score format is similar to the Elam ending used in the basketball tournament, the annual 5-on-5 tournament, with a winner-take-all $2 million prize. In those games, the clock is turned off with 4 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter, and teams play to the leading team's score plus 7 points, giving the ending of the game more of a playground feel. Each team will have designated charities based in Chicago, the host city of the All-Star game. Each team's captain, LeBron James and Giannis Antetokounmpo, will choose the charity. The winner of each of the first three quarters will earn $100,000 for its charity, according to the report. If there's a tie, the $100,000 will roll over to the next quarter. The winner of the game will earn $200,000 for its charity, adding up to $500,000 at stake. If the losing team gets swept through all three quarters, its designated charity is guaranteed $100,000. The changes are being made on a one-year trial. So God bless the NBA for doing that. Really. Now, as far as, me, I'm not going to lie. I have been, this is the most shaken up I have been about a death in a long time. Now, I may not have been Kobe's biggest fan or any of that, but I don't know. It just something just stuck inside me. I really can't explain it. I don't know how to put it into words. But like I said, I have a new outlook on life now, and I'm going to be doing things a lot better than I was before. And people always remember where they were, where certain tragedies happened. I know exactly where I was. MF, for the record, I was not at church. I was already home from church by the time. It was right around 2:30, 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon when I received a phone call from our own Michael Bullock, who unfortunately is not with us tonight because of commitments beyond his control. But he called me up and he's like, "You're not going to believe what I'm about to tell you." And I'm like, "Don't tell me somebody died." And he's like, "Yeah, somebody died." And I'm like, "Okay, who? Was it somebody from WWE? Was it somebody from sports or entertainment? What?" And then when he said Kobe Bryant, I'm like, "You got to be kidding me. Are you serious right now?" And he's like, unfortunately, I am. And I'm like, holy bleep, you got to be kidding me. And at that moment, that's when my life flashed before my very eyes. And oh man, all I can say right now, MF, is I would probably say, and I told Bullock this, and I'm going to tell you right now, this is without question the hardest, most close to home death that has had such an impact on this world. You got to probably go all the way back to 2009 when Michael Jackson passed away. This has the feel of Michael Jackson's passing. You remember how up in arms everybody was when they heard the news of Michael Jackson passing away in the summer of 2009. Well, here we are over 10 years later, and Kobe Bryant's death. I think this death has probably made even more of an impact than Michael Jackson's did. I mean, all the tributes, all the prayers. I mean, all of MF's Facebook friends, all of my Facebook friends, you know, including my young friend from church, Josh Avery, and Kenny KJ Adamo, Dan Kamalapali. I mean, just to name a few. And of course, our own Derek Ferreira, obviously. And Derek Ferreira did a little mini tribute on his hotline this past week. Strongly suggest you check it out. It was very well done. But then again, all of his hotlines are always well done. I mean, we weren't planning on having a show tonight. We were planning on, you know, taking this night to, you know, just take it easy and whatnot, and then get back at it tomorrow night when we preview the Super Bowl. And I told Derek that, but Derek's like, you got to do something. And I'm like, I don't know what. And then MF messaged us, and MF, invoking his executive producer privileges, and rightfully so, said on Thursday night, we're going to do a special 1 hour tribute to Kobe Bryant. And I was like, absolutely. No doubt about it. It's a shame that Bullock couldn't be with us. I really would have loved to have, you know, I'm sure you all would have loved to have heard what he said, but I know he is with us in prayer and the whole 9 yards. And, you know, thinking back to all the great memories of Kobe Bryant, I mean, all the All-Star games, all the championships. I mean, you know, just all the numbers. MF, I know, reeled off all the numbers like I usually would. And, you know, all those games, all those years he had with Shaq, and that Shaq tribute the other night. Wow. That's all I can say on that. I agree about the L. Duncan tribute. That was unbelievable. Not even we are going to top that. We're not even going to try to attempt to top that. Nothing's going to top that. Nothing. And, you know, Game 7 of the 2000 Western Conference Finals, when Kobe had that lob to Shaq that pretty much iced that game and sent them to the finals. I mean, that was one of my first great Kobe memories. And then Game 4 of that year's finals against Indiana, that great performance he had. I mean, amazing. And, you know, one of the best dunkers, one of the greatest to ever do it. I have heard about, there's even a petition going around on change.org where some fans started a petition to have requesting that the NBA logo now reflects that of Kobe Bryant instead of Jerry West. I, for one, am aboard with that. I really am. And he deserves it because not only did he do so much great for the game, not only was he one of the greatest to ever play the game, but he was also an ambassador. It's like what I said about Derek Jeter last week. I mean, how Derek Jeter was an ambassador in the game of baseball. Kobe Bryant was the same thing in the world of basketball. Whether you loved him or you hated him. And there were times where I hated him. I will admit it. A lot of the things that he did, you know, really struck a nerve with me. I mean, especially the whole Eagle Colorado situation. I was so beyond angry with the what I called at the time obsessive coverage. I didn't like it at all, but I know it had to be addressed. So that was one of the things that rubbed me the wrong way about him. In addition to when I used to call him a selfish player, I thought he was a ball hog and all of that. And MF knows all about that from our private PTI conversations we used to have back in the day. But at the end of the day, he is a man. He was a husband. He was a father, an ambassador for the game, and we have to remember it, and we need to. I just pray for the Lord's protection over his family and his friends and all of his former teammates and all that got to play with him or against him. All the whole NBA community is reeling right now, and there was supposed to have a Clipper Laker game on Tuesday night, but that got postponed, and rightfully so, because I mean that would have been way too emotional of a scene right there, and I think they did the right thing for that. I know the game's probably been rescheduled for a later date, which kudos to them for doing so. All these moving tributes that we've seen, especially the one that Shaquille O'Neal did. I mean, that ranks right up there with me, right, as well as the L. Duncan. Those were the two that did it. The Boston Celtics even had a special tribute for Kobe during their game tonight against the Golden State Warriors, and that was absolutely brilliant. And we were waiting to hear the news on Sunday. We were waiting, to see if this was true. I mean, it was first reported by TMZ. MF was like, "Don't believe TMZ." I mean, yeah, obviously, don't believe TMZ. Obviously, you're absolutely right about that. But then I was looking for any like news stations that might have gotten word about this, and then finally NBA TV. They finally broke in and they finally confirmed it, as well as ESPN. Joe Tessitore and Booger McFarland during the AFC NFC Pro Bowl on Sunday, they addressed it, and there were a couple of players. I believe Trae Young had a special moment, and I remember there were a couple of players in that in a game between the Spurs and the Raptors where they intentionally took 24-second violations out of respect for Kobe Bryant, and I thought that was one of the most beautiful gestures that I've ever seen, and something I would have done as well. And I know MF would have done it too if we were players, if we were ballers right now. But nonetheless, he's going to be sorely missed, and we live in a very cold and cruel, unstable, and volatile world right now. A world that, is in the absolute worst shape I've ever seen in my life. How I wish I could go back to the good old days where everything was, wonderful and we didn't have all this negativity and all this BS in the world nowadays. And I get very heated about that. I have a big problem with it. But at the end, we just have to pray, give it to the Lord, and hope that we can make it all better. And unfortunately, there's nothing we can do. I mean, but all we can do is pray, and love, and cherish. And I encourage all of you out there, cherish your family, cherish your friends. Let them know how much you love and care and appreciate them. Because you never know that one day they could get called home. The Lord could call them home. and then you'll sit there regretting it, saying, "Oh, I wish I could have done more. I wish I could have done more." If you wish you could do more, go do more. That's my message. Go do more. Tell your friends you love them. Tell your family you love them. Tell them how much you appreciate them and cherish them. Hold them tight. And right now, I want to just say to all the families and all the victims and everything else, you're all in my thoughts. You're all in my prayers. And I wish I could go down there, and I wish I could go down there and, you know, be there, be an ambassador for the Lord, and just talk to you all and tell you all, hey, I'm here for you. If you need any prayers, if you need any words of encouragement, that's what I do. I'm here for you all. I love you all, and I'm thinking of all of you. So to all the victims, to Kobe and Gianna and the rest of the victims, we lift you all up in prayer. We pray for the Lord's protection over all of you. And to all the little children in the world, God bless all the little children in the world. We thank you. We love you. You are the best fans we could ever ask for. And I just want to say, MF, God bless you, man. God bless you for coming up with this idea to do this show here tonight, where we could get all our emotion out. Because that all goes out the window tomorrow night, because it's back to game time tomorrow. And back to game time, maybe a little fun, who knows? When we break down the offense, the defense, the special teams, the coaching, our prediction, maybe even a tail of the tape, if I can find one. But that's the way he would have wanted it. At the end of the day, as the Beatles once famously sang, obla di, obla da, life goes on. And life goes on for the Bryant family and the families of the victims. So, to all you great fans out there, thank you for all your support. We love you. We appreciate you. We cherish you. And, and like I said, especially to all the men out there and to all of you out there, get checked out. Get checked out. That's my message. Get checked out. I don't know what else there is to say except MF. Let's just put the bow on what will forever be the most emotional show we've ever done.
Yeah, it is. I'm going to be very quick. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for your patience, because I know a lot of people were like, when's this going to happen? When's this going to happen? And we wanted it to get a couple of days just to collect ourselves as well. A lot of people were affected. I was affected. Anthony was affected, as you heard. Michael Bullock, unfortunately, was not here tonight, but I know he's been very affected by the story as well. As always, like the video, leave a comment at the bottom, share it with all your friends on all social media platforms. And tomorrow night, we will be back to business. We will be back to work, as we will be previewing Super Bowl 54 from Miami at Hard Rock Stadium for Sunday night. For Anthony Florio, I am Michael Fletcher. For all of us here, tonight, 9 legends, I should say. They may be gone, but they're never going to be forgotten. And they are wonderful angels that's looking down on us tonight. Cherish your friends, cherish your family, and of all else, cherish one another. Be kind to one another. God bless you, and good night.